Hello, welcome to another Sound of Astrology video. My name is Seidel Schultz, and I am a sound astrologer. My whole desire through my business is to help women connect to the power and the frequency of their sound. And I do that through astrology and listening to the planets. So let's jump in and hear what Saturn is saying to us. Saturn, I heard one time. One time I heard someone say, Saturn is Satan. And I was like, ooh, that's good. I can totally see that. There were two things when I very first learned about astrology, like baby days in astrology, before I even like took a certification class or anything like that. The first thing that I would look at when I looked at a chart, there were two things, and that was Saturn and it was Pluto. And I was just like, oh no. Like, I remember looking at my kids' charts for those specific things and just wanting to cry at what they would experience in life through those two planets. Now, having said that, as I have stopped and listened to those two planets, I have found some absolutely incredible things from them. And this is one of the reasons why I love understanding astrology, is specifically so that I can help my children as well as my clients express themselves and get to a place where they can hear themselves. So, in order for us to be able to express the worth of our soul to someone else, in order for us to make a greater impact on the world around us, on our audience, it is helpful to understand ourselves and the ways that we express the best. And this is where we step into Saturn. And how can we express Saturn? What is Saturn saying to us so that we can step into a space and utilize the power of Saturn instead of fearing what Saturn is? Because I really don't believe that any planet or any chart, we look at that and we go, oof, like you're doomed for life and this is going to totally stink. I think it's an opportunity for us to say, okay, what are my planets saying to me? What is my natal chart saying to me? What is my soul? Because that's the same thing to me. What is my soul saying to me that I need to, like, where do I have victory? You know, that's Palace. Where do I have that natural wisdom? Palace, right? Where do I need Jesus most intimately in my life, right? And so all these things can help us express who we are and share us with a greater impact. So Saturn is not Satan. So just like sometimes our Saturn is hard because our Saturn can be where we are, what we are sent here to master, right? So when I stopped to listen to what Saturn was saying to me, what I heard was pause. Wait just a minute. So Saturn is like the law of obedience. Jupiter would be grace, and Saturn is justice, right? So we've got Jupiter's grace, Saturn is justice, Saturn is the law of obedience. But what I have heard from Saturn is it's not being obedient to all of the laws everywhere in the universe for you to have any sort of blessing whatsoever in this area of your life. It's asking you to connect to your personal laws of obedience and your personal laws of obedience in that area of your life. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple different charts here. We can see what it is that we are talking about. Okay, so this person, and I'll just say this person happens to be me. This person, me, I have Virgo in the third house, or I'm sorry, I have Saturn in the third house in Virgo. So, what is this telling me? What have I experienced through my communication and what I've experienced through my communication with Saturn? Now, Saturn, I do want to point out also that Saturn is direct in my chart. So, Saturn is asking me to pause in my outward communication and pause in my outward communication before I throw judgment around. So, Virgo in its shadow can be very judgy, right? And so it's saying, before you say any judgment, let's pause and let's connect. So, Virgo to me is also, it's very, it's the Pisces of the earth signs, right? So Virgo is ruled by Chiron, which is Jesus to me. And so Virgo can have this like very heavenly feeling and this very connected to heaven feeling. They are prophetic when they are connected to the light. So this is inviting me to pause before I speak. Pause and connect to the light so that I can be precise in my speaking and precise in my communication with other people. Now let's take a look at this one. So this is Saturn in Scorpio in the second house, and this one is in retrograde. So this one in retrograde adds a little bit of a different spin. So retrograde, to me, retrograde is inviting me, whatever planet it's in, inviting me to have a conversation with myself. It's inviting me to see that first the impact is with me. Okay, regardless of what the planet is. First, the impact is with me, whether it is I need space to go within, or I need like the impact. So Pluto in retrograde would be the impact of my voice, would be, if it's Pluto in retrograde, it would be within myself instead of with outside of myself. I would highly recommend watching that video. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, Pluto is an amazing planet. Okay, so with her Saturn in retrograde, it is asking her not just to pause in her actions with money or in her actions with her value, but to really pause and go deeply within herself, to take that time for solitude in order for her to connect to her value and in order for her to spend her money in alignment and in order to get to this place of harmony. So the frequency of her second house is this harmonic place. It's this balancing place. It's this satisfaction, right? So this is the frequency of the second house is really satisfaction through Libra. Now, when we have that Saturn in there, the Saturn is saying, in order for you to experience this satisfaction, we're going to need to take some time in solitude and go within and communicate with ourselves and really deeply feel our value. And then I can take action. Then I can take action with my value. Then I can take action with my money. And then I can have satisfaction and I can feel not only satisfied, but I can feel in harmony with my value, with my worth, with what I experience with money. Like all of these things come into play. So I would love to hear, where is Saturn in your chart? What house is it sitting in? What sign is it sitting in? And we will see you in the next video.